Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is my esteemed pleasure to be sharing with you some of my experiences working collaboratively with partners on ICT training initiatives in Guyana. I am proud to be representing the University of Guyana's Department of Computer Science, through which all of the highlighted projects are being co-managed. My presentation will take on the following outline. Firstly, I will share a background as it relates to the need for ICT training initiatives. Next, I will talk about some notable collaborators I have worked with and provide examples of the projects we've partnered on. I will also highlight the Google tools and platforms that have supported our needs. And finally, I will share the general lessons learned from these projects and provide an update on the next steps for the various initiatives. To give a general background to the issues surrounding ICT, I will share some facts with you. Statistics show that the world is projected to have a deficit in ICT professionals. For instance, Europe is projected to have 1.67 million unfilled vacancies by 2025. In fact, this demand will further increase by 2030, with 90% of jobs requiring digital skills and 50% of current jobs being transformed due to automation. Given this impending deficit of ICT skills, it is increasingly important to fast-track greater representation of individuals in the field. Examining global statistics more closely reveal that there is a severe underrepresentation of females in the field of ICT. Locally, between 2009 and 2020, male graduates outnumbered females in the computer science department at the University of Guyana. During this period, the highest percentage of female graduates was 38.6%. Similarly, persons with disabilities represent another minority group in the ICT profession. As such, the inspiration for the projects that will be highlighted in this presentation were drawn from the projected ICT skills deficit for the next decade, as well as the alarming global and national statistics on disparities in the field. In an effort to drive more national ICT training, especially upskilling initiatives, the Department of Computer Science has been collaborating with several partners. For instance, we tend to collaborate with our student body, clubs like the UG Robotics Club, as well as our alumni to support community training and research initiatives. We found that our students have already developed a strong foundation in ICT, whereas our graduates, many of whom are employed with the industry, also offer rich value from their real-world exposure. We've also found value in partnering with local entities, such as the former Ministry of Public Telecommunications, the current Office of the Prime Minister, and the Guyana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities, the GCOPD. Interestingly, we've also caught the attention of regional partners like the Caribbean School of Data and the University of the West Indies, Mona School of Business and Management. I will now share with you a range of notable projects that the previously mentioned partners co-managed with the Department of Computer Science. One of the projects that we are especially proud of is the Guyanese Girls Code program. The idea behind this project was born out of the low enrollment and graduation statistics of females in the department, as well as the severe underrepresentation of females around the globe in the ICT field. This project is government funded. For instance, the former Ministry of Public Telecommunications supported it through 2018 onto 2020. And now in 2021, it is being supported by the Office of the Prime Minister. The Guyanese Girls Code program targets females from grades 5 to 10 and is geared at introducing them to the field of ICT with special emphasis on skills like problem solving and programming. The department has also worked along with local interest groups like the GCPOD to empower individuals with disabilities. One of the recent initiatives trained a group of participants with disabilities such as visual impairments and cerebral palsy. This upskilling project introduced participants to the world of web development, whereby they were trained to create simple websites using HTML and CSS. They also collaborated in teams to produce websites using authoring tools like Google Sites. Last but not least, we have partnered with the Caribbean School of Data and University of the West Indies to run their Digital Literacy and Data Fundamentals Training Program. This project is Google funded and empowers young adults to build their digital capacities in areas like productivity tools, data analysis, and web authoring. The program is heavily concentrated on exposing participants to Google products. This program is also being run in other Caribbean territories such as Jamaica, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad and Tobago. I'm also proud to report that staff, current students, and alums of the Department of Computer Science have served as trainers, assistants, and guest speakers in all of these projects. Without their support, we would not have been able to reach the wide target group of participants. Either by curriculum design or convenience, we've come to rely on a range of Google platforms and tools to support our training needs. Some of these tools include the Google Classroom for managing learning materials and assessments, Google's Data Studio for monitoring our students' progress through dashboards, Google Forms for creating quizzes and activities and collecting student feedback, like their experiences, their attendance data, and weekly updates. We've also used Google's productivity tools like Google Sheets and Google Docs for supporting in-class and out-of-class collaborative activities. Google Sites was employed for creating the students' virtual portfolios. They also created various types of websites such as blogs, storefronts, and community pages. Another new tool that we've been incorporating into some of our sessions is Google Maps, accompanied by Android apps like Maps.me for working with geospatial data. In terms of lessons learned, we found that working with the various Google platforms and tools that were previously mentioned brought tremendous value to our training projects, from monitoring students' progress to managing our records, students' assessments, and engagement activities. Our students found these tools to be easy to use with a shallow learning curve. Out of all the groups we worked with, the participants with disabilities were initially the most challenging to work with. Nonetheless, The target group presented many opportunities for the trainers to think outside the box. We also engaged in careful thought, planning, research, and even spoke with experts in the area to gain insights into techniques for mentoring the target group. On the whole, we were reminded that there is strength in numbers, and we're fortunate to pull together an awesome team of partners, experts, trainers, and assistants to help us realize our project goals. In addition, we never lost sight of the individuals who are benefiting from these initiatives and reminded ourselves to constantly adopt a human-centered approach. As an update, I'm happy to report that over the past 3 years, the Department of Computer Science at the University of Guyana, along with our partners, which includes the Ministry of Public Telecommunications, Office of the Prime Minister, GPCOD, Kirkland School of Data, and our alums, have trained 400 plus young Guyanese adults on these special ICT training initiatives. However, about a year and a half ago, we had reached a standstill when the pandemic hit us. It took us quite some time to rebuild courage, rethink our engagement strategies, as well as the mode of delivery, which was mostly face-to-face to begin with, and in some cases, blended. Thankfully, we were able to dust ourselves off and continue the projects with a resounding success. Attrition rates have been very low and student feedback extremely positive. For instance, our participants have expressed interest in taking follow-on courses, and some have even enrolled for STEM and ICT-related degrees at the University of Guyana or other institutions of higher learning. Fortunately, forums such as these allow the department to share our stories. We have also taken additional steps to share our findings in international journals, such as IEEE. In fact, I'm currently co-authoring a few papers, which we intend to publish by early 2022. In closing, I'd like to express sincere appreciation to the Google DevFest organizers for this wonderful opportunity. And I'd also like to express a special thank you to the viewers for listening to my presentation.